Hey YouTube, it's your girl Duchess here for another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Season 8, I think we're on. So let's get into this episode. First things first, I had to go back and watch last week's episode because Tisha was saying that she didn't know that Sonny was coming. And I was sure that Mel had told them. But she said it in her confessional. She didn't really tell him. Not that she had to, but I had to go back and confirm that because I was certain that Tisha was lying about that. So anyway, the girls are on a girls trip to St. Thomas at Melody's expense. This was kind of like her way of resetting things for them and giving them an opportunity to kind of get things on track. Anyway, Shanita, Mel's friend, Lauren, her makeup artist and friend, and Mel gets to St. Thomas first. The place is amazing. It's so beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. Mel mentioned something about a snake. And we should have known Shanita was going to be a problem from that point. She's like, girl, you hang around snakes, or you got snakes everywhere. So it's already clear to me Shanita is not coming to play, and I am here for it. So Mel is doing the room assignments. She did not do a whole lot of kind of pre-planning on getting everything set up and all of that. So she wants to get that together before the rest of the girls arrive. And clearly that was a good idea because we'll get into that. So she makes the room assignments. Shanita and Lauren, they kind of want the same room. So she she have them pull a card and Lauren got it correct. So Lauren gets the room. And everyone else, she puts cards on the beds for everyone else. She gave Nell her own room because, Nell is not particularly in the same age group, really. And so it wouldn't be kind of fair for her to, or she may not have had a good time if she had to share a room with the rest of the girls. And I didn't really see, I don't see how Melody could have made any different choices. Like Tisha said that she was going to bring a plus one. Tisha and Kimmy are sister in laws. There was a room that had 3 beds. So she gave them that room. Sunny, not Sunny, Trish and Stormy, there was another room that had 2 beds in it. So Trish and Stormy were in that room together. And then she gave Sunny her own room. It made sense for her to give Sunny her own room because at the dinner, I couldn't tell that anybody, I mean, they almost sounded like they didn't really want to be in the same room with this lady. For the most part, there's still some feelings that have to be sorted out. So I don't know what other choices Mel had. I thought she did the best that she could with the room assignments, and her girls are with her. So, why would she have them sharing rooms with the cast? So I was kind of with Mel on her, not kind of. I didn't have a better option for the room assignment. So I thought she did a good job. Anyway, um, let's see. Okay, so I talked about the part where they're kind of surprised about Sonny coming, but I thought she told him. I went back and looked at that, and she didn't. She said it in her confessional. Anyway, I still think this trip could have done without Sonny. Like, I think that they have enough to unpack and enough going on. But I mean, since she is there, I mean, I wouldn't invite someone on a trip and then put them in a uncomfortable situation. So again, I kind of agree with that. Anyway, so the ladies are well, let me back up a minute. They are at the airport. The ladies, the rest of the crew is back at the airport. Tisha, Kimmy, um, Trisha, and Stormy are at the airport and they're kind of getting ready to fly out. Sunny comes and that's when they learn that Sunny is going with them. So you can kind of see the tension in the airport. Like you can see them not really feeling her. But Stormy is being nice. And I'm kind of glad for that because I mean the situation is what it is. There's no point in making the girl feel uncomfortable. Anyway, so fast forward, they're all in the sprinter and they're on the island and they're on their way to the home where they will be staying with Melody. And they get to talking about kids, like Stormy wants to have more children and she's going to do a surrogate this time. And then Sunny mentions that she's kind of on her second round of IVF therapy. Well, it's not really therapy, procedures. She's having infertility kind of issues. And Stormy is very empathetic to her. And I thought that that was genuine. And I was kind of glad that she was because Sunny, not Sunny, yeah, Sunny, that's her name. Sunny got a little bit emotional just talking about it. And I think she's in her 30s. She said the doctor told her that they needed to kind of get the eggs cooking and out. So, um, I mean, any woman that wants to be a mother should be able to have that. So, I was empathetic to her as well as she was talking about that. So, anyway, they get to they get to the space. The space is beautiful. It's a good kind of welcome, and I mean, mm, kind of. It's kind of a good welcome. I don't really understand what the smoke is about. Like, I'm just not getting it. Anyway, Mel says she wants them to see their rooms, go and find their rooms. She put their names on cards, so when so they'll be able to identify their beds or whatever, and then they're gonna have dinner. So the ladies go and check out the space. Nell is pitching a fit because she doesn't have a card on a bed. She thinks that Mel kind of left her out. And so she's upset about that. Mel is like, no, 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 no. I gave you your own room. They didn't put your name on the card, so I'm sorry. And Nell is having a whole moment about her name not being on a card. Like she wants it for a souvenir. And I mean, they spent about 10, 15 minutes with this drama about this name on the card. And y'all, I'm so annoyed and frustrated already because I don't understand. Mel is even trying to kind of like bring her back to earth. Like, you know me, I wouldn't do this to you. We spend a lot of personal time. Like, we have a genuine friendship. You call me, I'm there for you, like, why would you think that it would be something malicious? You know that I wouldn't do that to you. And I think that Mel is being genuinely honest, and I appreciate her for trying to be so calm and reassuring to Nell, even though Nell is being very unreasonable. Um, like she just wanted to argue about something. Like once she learned that she had a room, and in my opinion, she was in a much better situation than four other people in the cast. Like it should have been dead at that point. But she kind of kept going with it and even tried to throw it up in Mel's face about the Houston trip, that she took care of her and she's not taking care of her in this moment. And I'm like, what the hell is the issue? Like, what's really the issue? Because it cannot be just about this card. That went on for way too long. So Kimmy and Tisha. We got Trish and Tisha. Kimmy and Tisha are outside talking about Mel did this on purpose. Um, it's so disrespectful. She only did this because I'm bringing um what the girl name is, the other girl, Destiny. She only doing this because because I'm bringing Destiny, and y'all, I'm watching this and having a hard time believing that this is really real. Like, let's just say that she is doing this because you brought Destiny or you're bringing Destiny on this trip. Let's just say that. I don't believe Mel did that for that reason. The room assignments made plenty of sense. But let's just say that that's what she did, right? Can you really be mad at her? Like, that's kind of like a good get back. If you guys are really genuinely friends and you want to say that, you know, Mel's my girl or she's my coworker or we're friends, as you put it, you have to know that this BS that you're pulling with bringing Destiny on a trip that she's paying for on her dime that you're invited to, y'all didn't put it on this trip. You have to know that that's a foul move. Like, you have to know that, like, foul on the play. You have to know that. So if that is her position, you still can't have any holler at Mel about it because you're wrong and it's some get back. That should be just your point. Like, it's so much more going on to this trip than it is about your room assignments, which perfectly makes sense. So I was just looking at that like, is this real? She can't be serious. But Kimmy's upset too. The space is really small. It's too small for three people. I really didn't see anything wrong with the space. I guess in comparison to the other rooms, it's not that great, but what solution do you have? Do you expect for her to put her friends in the room with the three beds with Sonny? Is that what you expect? And you and Tisha get y'all shady, sneaky, snaky selves in your lap of luxury? Like, I just realistically, I just thought these ladies should have had a little bit more appreciation for the trip and the fun that they're going to have than to be kind of jumping up and down about these room assignments. To me, they totally made sense, and it just showed how selfish these women are and how they're really not genuine friends of Mel. I still say that it was not a genuine move of Mel to invite Sunny and kind of forge this friendship with her. It just doesn't seem realistic for me. And if I'm honest, it is kind of meddling in the messy part of it. At the same time, she doesn't owe Destiny anything. So, I mean, it is what it is. And she doesn't really owe these ladies anything because they have not been genuine to her and they haven't been behaving like friends. So I'm like, whatever. Anyway, the room assignments is a problem. They're out talking about it. Um, Sunny sees like them out there talking, and so she kind of mentions that they're upset. So Mel goes out to talk to them, and trying to figure out what the issue is. And she tried to explain it to them, and it was still a thing. And you can tell that they were really upset about it. And again, I think Mel was being very gracious and kind of trying to be patient. Like, to me, it really felt like she really wanted them to all have a good time. And I don't see her inviting them there to make anyone uncomfortable. I just didn't see that being her motive. It just didn't make sense to me. And even as they're having their argument and I'm trying to figure out what would be the solution, because that's just the way my brain works. Like, what would I do here? I don't think she had another option that wouldn't have other guests being in a kind of uncomfortable situation. Let's be honest, these ladies don't know each other very well. So it made sense to put Tisha and Kimmy in the same room. It just made sense. And Tisha is bringing her plus one, regardless of who that face is in that plus one. It just made sense. So I think that they just wanted to be mad and they're having a diva moment. And it's also showing that they're not really this lady's friend. Because why make this hard for her? Like, you didn't put in on this trip. It wasn't like it was a group trip that everyone put money in on it. You're there at her expense. And it's a really nice place. It's beautiful. She has a lot planned for them. So I would have liked to have seen more appreciation from them than all of this drama. Anyway, somebody sends Nell out there. That was not a good idea with her temper tantrum throwing self. And she and when she and Mel were having their conversation, Mel specifically said to Nell, I kind of need you to have my back on this trip. Like, I really need you to be a friend to me on this trip. She didn't say it exactly like that, but that was the tone of it. So Nell is out there, and I think that that's the intention that she has. And, she says she wasn't the only one with the complaint, and we just need to kind of squash it and get over it. And Kim, yeah, I guess that's her name, Kimmy is put off by that so much as so that, I mean, she gets a serious attitude with Nell, and she's like, I don't need a grown woman telling me, I don't need another adult telling me that I need to just get over something. And they start going at it. Nell kind of backs down a little bit. For Nell, we know that she is tone challenged and communication style challenge. We know that about her. Um, and so for her, with all of that and the elements of her personality, she does kind of like, okay, okay, all right, let's just get it over with. And Kimmy is still turned up. I did not really understand the conflict. It just, I guess, whereas Kimmy and Tisha are really not okay with these room assignments, they're really still ticked off, but they are resolving to kind of just have a good time, if that's what you want to call it. So Nell coming out there and making that comment just kind of showed that they really were not okay and they just still wanted to fight. Nell is still coming off of her temper tantrum of not having her name on the card. Girl, I probably would have sent everybody home. As a matter of fact, when Tisha sent me that text message saying she was bringing Destiny, she would have been uninvited at that moment. You and Destiny can stay at the house, but you know, Mel is not me, and they're here. So let's keep going. All right. So, Trish has something to say too. Like, she had like a little blurb to say about the room assignments because she's sharing a room with Stormy. And I'm just like, girl, you just joined this cast like 5 minutes before y'all got on this plane. You don't even have to be there. She didn't even have to invite you. You shouldn't be saying anything. This was, I keep saying that these episodes, this was hard to watch. I expected a little bit of drama, but not the whole episodes to be drama. And these ladies are so annoying. I see why I stopped watching this show. Because I wanted to just tell Trish to go take a shower or something. I don't know. Anyway. Um I do kind of feel for Mel in this moment because I do think she's really trying, and these ladies are impossible. And they're not offering solutions, nor are they offering coins. Anyway, they're gonna have okay. So the carnival starts, right? So Mel had it wasn't carnival time over there, so she brought the carnival to them, and the ladies are so pretty, their costumes and all the colors. I'm sounding like Kimmy in her confessional, but it really was like I was into that part. Mel challenged one of the one of the guys, like, y'all don't know how to move y'all hips. Baby, she almost lost her life. They started like dancing, but the guy got into it, honey. Next thing you know, his leg is up. I was like, oh my God, Mel, he about to take you down through there, girl. But Mel tried to hang on, honey. She was giving it right back to them. And that was fun. and cute to see. So they get to dinner. And Tisha don't waste any time. She mentions that Mel, you were gonna bring your single friends. So what is that supposed to mean? And Mel is like, I just wanted you guys to I'm trying to be transparent. I just want you guys to know, who was coming. Tisha tries to make that a thing, like a dig at the married women. Um, and I'm like, you just want to have a fight. Like she just wanted to. Like, I did not understand why that was an issue or something that even needed to be brought up. It just did not make sense. I mean, granted, a whole lot about the show doesn't make sense, but that really didn't make sense. And Shanita is calling her out on her stuff. Like, Shanita is peeping game, and she's not playing with Tisha. She tells Mel, "You need to watch that one," and I don't really blame her about that. So, um, they get into the Tisha bringing Destiny on the trip because they start talking about the Sunny and Destiny situation. And child, can y'all believe Nell says she don't like talking about is Destiny here yet? Because we don't like talking about people when they not here. Ma'am, excuse me. Was you not the one that brought up Destiny at the dinner just yesterday? I don't know what the timeline is, but let's just say in the previous episode they were having dinner and you were specifically asking Trish about how she's doing with this situation. Now you don't, girl. Y'all so fake and phony, honey. I was just like, what? Anyway, Tisha tries to defend her position about bringing Destiny on this trip. She says that she texted Mel and told her. So her thing is, girl, you knew she was coming. You knew she was coming. And she's a part of this circle. And I have to disagree with Tisha. You know that she's not a part of any circle. This is her first season back. The last season that she was on the show, it was borderline volatile. There hasn't been any progression in her and the hostess relationship at all. If anything, it has regressed even more, and you're well aware of that. So, how do you say that she's a part of this circle? Like, y'all don't really have a circle, really. And I just couldn't believe that she was trying to defend that her bringing Destiny on a trip. And I did think that she was doing it out of spite because she has smoke for Sunny and in her mind the way that Sunny handled Destiny. But when I went back and looked at it, Melody never told them. So old girl is wrong. And Shanita has a great point. Shanita said, and she was clear about her words, like the way that she used her words, because she didn't say you are doing this. She said your behavior is giving. I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. And Tisha's like, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. You didn't have to say it. Your actions are saying exactly that. And that was true. She was spot on about that. And she told Melody, this girl is not your friend. Like, these people are not your friends. And that one you need to watch. She says she defines her friends by how you treat them when you don't get what you want. And that was so true and so like they were actually really listening. You could tell Tisha was actually paying attention when she was speaking about that because that was true. It's true that friends disagree. Sometimes you don't like how your friends move. I think that we should be able to, call it as we see it. If we're friends, like sometimes in the human experience, certain things will cause you to be challenged to do better or to handle a situation better. And friends should be able to kind of do that without all the strife. So to me, she was speaking on this all this drama around the room assignment stuff, all the temper tantrums with that. This lady has planned this whole trip for you guys when things are not in the, you guys are not in the best space. And that was so true. And I was glad that she said that. And I actually made a note of it for myself. Like, girl, let me go back and go through my friend circle. See if there's some, see if there's a pruning opportunity there. So anyway, um, she's not wrong about that. Y'all gonna hear me turning these paper because I got notes. Let's see. Oh, this was funny. Because in true male fashion, she turns to Trish and she says, well, Trish, you have a problem with Sonny. I loved it because Trish did have a lot to say and she's kind of been straddling the fence a little bit. And this is, Mel may get some flack about that, about being messy or whatever, but that's kind of typically her that's Mel style. Like she did it to her own husband in the first season, first episode. How y'all feel about infidelity? That's on brand for her. And I don't think it's anything wrong with her, you know, calling Trish to the carpet. Let's get it all out on the table. If we're adults and we're here to kind of, move in a positive space, this is a conversation that should be had. It could be had. I like that she did that. I wouldn't have had the balls to do it, but that was funny to me because Trish was stammering and stuttering. Um, and she said she don't have a problem with Sonny. She said she don't have a problem with her. But they got into the whole, so Mel started kind of explaining the situation. You know, Destiny was dating Moses and she and Moses broke up. They were never married. She's placing that point that they were never married as if it's not cheating or it's not a big issue unless you're married. And I disagree with that, from a woman's perspective, woman to woman, and just in general. You don't have to be married to expect commitment from someone or respect in a relationship. So I kind of disagree with that, but that's her point. And that's the second time that she said that. So I wanted to make sure that I conveyed it the way that she said it. And now Sunny was a producer on the show. She's honest about that. And so, from Mel's perspective, she has a right to be there just like anybody else. Okay. And so the ladies chime in and they're like, no, but Sunny was her friend. Destiny said that Sunny was her friend. And Sunny's like, we were not friends. It was just a job. And Sharnita kind of has her back on that. Like, you know, it's the producer's job to get information. Sunny says that Destiny didn't really talk about Moses, so she didn't really know. And I don't think that that's true. Destiny was not very forthcoming about her relationship or whatever. But she was there when she made phone calls to him. Like he kind of lived in the phone, so to speak. They the ladies are saying that Sunny hung out with Destiny outside of work. Sunny says it was just one time. I don't think this is worth visiting or even getting to the bottom of it. I just really, really don't. But I guess so I can stop looking at Sunny sideways. I do appreciate the conversation because it is giving me something else to think about. Like maybe they really weren't friends. But she can't say that she didn't know that Destiny was dealing with this dude because she also said that he was dealing with more than just Destiny. And he basically weeded them out and chose her. So I don't think she's being completely honest in that situation. And really, it's a dead thing right now. These people are married, they're trying to have a baby or whatever. And if there's comer to come to her, it's definitely going to be knocking. And this man's resume, like, I think he was in prison for a while or something. Like, I don't see anything in his resume that would make him a good husband. He's not mine, though, and I don't have to sleep with him. So, whatever, girl. So Destiny is coming to plead her case, and I don't think we will really ever know the truth because Sunny knows how bad that looks for her. So she's not going to admit that she and Destiny were friends, and Destiny is going to see things how she sees it. So it's really like a dead thing, but they get into more conversation. It's hard for me to follow these ladies when everybody's talking and then they're doing that loud country squeal talk. And I'm from the South. I'm from Bama. I'm an Alabama girl. So, I mean, I'm country too. But it's just hard to hear when everybody is at that loud pitch. And, so I kind of check out a little bit because it rates my nerves. But Shanita, I think Shanita is right when she says that Sonny was a producer. It was her job. It's easily to misconstrue that as that they are friends when they're really not. We know that Destiny is kind of needy, you know, um, and like that's just kind of her personality that we've seen on the show. So I don't really know what the truth is, and I really don't think that it's worth getting into. But I mean, they're into it. So Tisha is taken back a little bit by Shanita because Shanita is really calling her out. And she's calling her out in a way that she can't play games. Like she can't pretend like she don't know what she's doing is wrong. And I am here for Shanita's review. I'm here for it. I'm here for everything she got to say about Miss Tisha because I really don't like that she brought Destiny on this trip. I just cannot understand why she did that. Anyway, that was Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. And that's this review. So it's 6 people here on my live. I appreciate you guys being here. Um, I don't know. What did you guys think? Like, what did you guys think about it? I'm really kind of agitated about this room thing. I'm just gonna say that I'm agitated by and I don't know why I'm so agitated, but to make this big of a deal and almost come to blows and calling each other out of their names and making it so hard for this woman when she put a lot of thought into this trip. She didn't have to invite them. She could have did this with just her girlfriends. She didn't have to bring them on this trip. And we know that Kimmy husband don't take her nowhere. We saw how excited she was when it was St. Thomas. She said she would be there before Mel. So I just would have liked to have seen them be more on that energy. Like, I mean, we could just all hang out in sleeping bags or whatever. Like, you're there to have a good time, and that was very disappointing to me. And I felt bad for Mel because she was kind of getting it from both ends. Nell about this damn card that didn't have her name on it, sounding like a toddler but screaming like a grown banshee at what's supposed to be her friend. I don't understand this underlying animosity that they have towards Mel, and um I think that it was very clear in this episode. I just didn't understand why they were making it so hard for her. Um, and I was glad that she brought her friends. And she could have just did this trip with just her friends, but I guess we wouldn't have all the drama and the smoke and the tea to talk about. So it is good gossip, but it's too much mess. It's kind of hard for me to watch. But I'm sticking with it because next week they're going to get out and have a little fun, and Tisha's going to be called out even more. And I'm definitely here for that. Lauren wasn't, you wouldn't have even known Lauren was in the room. I kind of forgot Lauren was there. You wouldn't have known that she was in the room. Trish, I'm not really feeling Trish. I don't think Trish can be trusted because she can't. It's like Trish changes her conversation and her commentary depending on who's in the room and who she's talking to. And a person like that, you can't really trust them. Um, I didn't understand Kimmy's aggression or why she would have if she, Destiny, and Tisha, or whatever her name is, are truly this girl circle kind of thing, and they're supposed to be this tight. What was the big deal about you guys sharing a room? Like, I just didn't. And I don't think that with what's truly going on in your heart about this woman, um, and how you've championed her abusive ex husband or whatever, like, do you really expect for her to put you in a room by yourself? Like, I wasn't feeling it. And did y'all notice that that's Martell's voice as the show comes on, like Love and Marriage Huntsville? I was annoyed by that too. Child, just annoyed by the whole episode, except for Shanita. Shanita came to play, and I liked her. I liked her a lot. Anyway, six people on this live. I have a trivia bonus question for you. You know that I'm running my promotion, and it's plenty of points. $100 plus a bomb gift. Like, you want this gift. So your trivia question is, I want to make it something really easy. Hmm. Child, I'm so annoyed I can't even think of the trivia question. We're gonna go with Trisha. We're gonna go with not Trisha. We're gonna go with Sunny. How many IVF treatments is Sunny going through? We're gonna make it really easy. How many IVF treatments? How many IVF rounds is Sunny doing? That is our trivia question. That would get you some bonus points. The updated leaderboard will be up tomorrow. And if you guys are interested in the YSL trial and more community topics and things like that, slide on over to at Duchess Breaks and subscribe. There's plenty of information on that, like those YSL trial lives and stuff. The links are on the there. But I can talk a little bit more about community and, you know, break these quote unquote characters down, honey, because I ain't feeling, I mean, it's really only Mel and Sharnita. I like to see Sharnita a regular on the show, but she doesn't really want to do that. So I liked her honesty in the way she was going and giving them the real in a way that they couldn't dispute that. But I'll be back next week for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Detroit is starting up. I've never seen one episode of that. So I'm interested in that, and I'll review that as well. Braxton's, I'll have that up Monday. And if you guys don't have any comments or anything for me, I'm going to head on out. I so appreciate everyone on this live. 7 people. You guys just made my heart sing. I really appreciate you. It's your girl, Duchess, and I'm out. Thank you.